Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Synsei. Today we're doing something a little different. I do this from time to time. I'll record like parts of my streams, parts of the discussion that we have. We got some of the homies here. We got homies in the YouTube chat, as y'all see on the screen as well. We just started talking about something a little interesting. We were talking about Luffy's awakening specifically. And I think this is a good topic to have because awakenings are something that we've seen from Kid and Law, and it's very relevant to what's going on right now with their fight coming to a close. So I want to discuss like awakenings in general, and then kind of segue into Luffy's and like how I could see if y'all think this will be a factor in this Kaido fight, and if not, what are our different mindsets on how we see this whole Kaido Luffy fight going. I think this is a very interesting topic, and very much relevant because I really do feel like with how things are going right now, Wano is coming to a close. I think the writing is on the wall at some point very soon. I'm not putting a time limit on it, but I think very soon Wano's, at least the fights, will be over, and then we'll have like the falling action and things like that. Before we get into the video though, make sure if you guys like this, hit the like and subscribe and turn on post notifications if you want more videos like this. So I'll open the floor to y'all with this question. So what in your opinion, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, is awakening? If you could put awakening in your own words or your own description, what do you think it is? Because as of now, like, we have like Doflamingo's explanation, but what do y'all think it is in a general term?
So I want to go first on this. So basically, in my opinion, I think awakening, just knowing everything about your fruit and what it can do. Because you know how like with Doflamingo and Katakuri, they're able to affect the environment, and Kid and Laws, they're completely different from that. So awakening can really be anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one take on that.
All right, Sasha, what you got on it?
So I think if I had to define awakening, it would be having that full mastery of your devil fruit and being able to apply it not only to yourself, but to the environment around you, or specifically objects. Like we see Katakuri do it, we see Dofi do it, and even Law, I think he's applying his awakening in room certain specific object.
True. I mean, like,
that's valid because Law's applying his room to a sword, and Kid is magnetizing other people.
Yeah,
but Kid and Law could always manipulate other things. Like, Law could always move things around. He's grabbing people's hearts. Kid was always grabbing scrap metal and shit like that. So it's just like, for things like that, like with Dofi and Katakuri, their power originally, like just like as they got it, was only affecting their own body. And then as they got it to complete mastery, okay, now I can affect things outside of me, right? But Law and Kid, on the other hand, their powers were more in general. Like, Law was just like, I can control everything in this radius, right? But when he takes a look at his abilities and how he could use them, he's like, but what if I apply this to a more finite space, and then I have more control, but it's just over that finite space, right? And I can put more power into that. And then Kid, he's like, okay, well, I can control magnetism, but what if I take that magnetism and do more with it, like make electromagnetism and shoot a nigga with a railgun?
Yeah, that's fire. I guess my opinion, I'll reiterate what I said earlier. How I look at it is, and I've said this before in other videos too, in the past, some of y'all will know, I look at it as like in a literal sense, like being woke, or being, awoken to something, is to like see it for what it is completely, like 100%, like you're awoke to this topic. And in this case, it'll be the devil fruit. And I feel like taking Dolphy's explanation into consideration with that, like just knowing your devil fruit inside and out, the abilities, everything like that, and understanding it, or being woke to your devil fruit, gives you the like ability to do things with it that you might not normally be able to do. Like what Trip just said, like Kid knowing like, okay, I can do this and this and this with my devil fruit. All right, if I put these together, I can create this. It's like a game. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. It's a game where you take different elements and you put them together and you can make things, and then you take those elements and you mix them with other ones, and you just over time create things. Like you can put I think like you could take fire and water and make steam, And like you can like there's a game, it was an app that I used to play on my phone. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I know y'all know
periodic table.
alchemy. That's what it was. I think it was something alchemy. But it's kind of like that. You take what you have. You're like, okay, if I can do this, if I can do A thing, B thing, and C thing. If I put A and C together, I can maybe make D. You know, or if I can put A and then if I can put A and D together, maybe I can make E. Like. And I think once you understand your devil fruit down to a T, you can start to create different combinations and things like that. So,
and then to add on to that, bro, it's like so we got Law. I think the people that we seen like almost like some of the most versatile people, right? We got Law, we got Chopper, and we got Caesar. Right? These are people who, like, despite not being like physically the strongest niggas we've ever seen, just push their devil fruit crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I think that maybe Chopper and Caesar are awakening, because Chopper, look at him compared to other zones, right? Look at how much he can do compared to other zones, because he took the time to study his fruit, because that's what he is, a researcher. Same thing with Law. He took the time to study because he is a doctor, and Caesar too, a researcher. And then if you look at somebody like Big Mom, another super versatile person, because she's had her devil fruit since she was like, what, 5 years old? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Luffy, super versatile, because he's had his devil fruit for most of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, Chirp.
What's up?
Actually, just leading into something I wanted to say. I was about to say, do we think that Big Mom has an awakened devil fruit, or is her devil fruit just naturally just insanely versatile?
I think she's clearly awakened.
I think she's awake.
I think that means she's.
Hold on. One at a time. What, Trip? Say what you was gonna say.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I think that awakening is natural. I think just understanding your shit completely is awakening. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Big Mom, she's had her shit since she was 5, and she's just a ridiculously strong fighter that's been in fight for decades.
To me, seeing how much Big Mom can do, how long she's had her fruit, like, she pushes her fruit to the absolute limits. And seeing that, like, to me, she has to be awake.
Exactly.
Like, bro, she does things where her fruit, like, we've seen her make clones. Like, we've seen her with the fire and thunder thing. We've seen her use her souls that she's collected, her own soul, to heal herself, to make herself stronger. She makes homies. She literally, like, can use her own soul to make even stronger homies that she can use to do other attacks with. Like, we've seen her do so many things with her fruit. Like, to me, like, I feel like that to me is like pushing your fruit to its absolute limits is like being awakened. Like, once you can do literally everything possible that your fruit could do, I feel like that mean, like, to me, you're awakened. You know what I mean? And of course, there's limits. Like, you're not gonna be able to take your rubber fruit and like warp reality with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things you're not gonna be able to do, but you might be able to take, you know, your rubber and make vulcanized rubber, or what we've seen Luffy do with the Red Hawk and create the friction and make flames on this thing, or like, you know, whatever the case may be, with like, or make gear forth and use and speed up your blood flow, like, and make yourself more, you know, durable and quicker and faster. Like, we've seen Luffy do so many different things, which is why I was saying, like, and we can lead into this part of the conversation. Luffy's awakening. Do we think he's already awakened? Right? And if not, what do y'all think, or what is your idea on him having awakened?
Personally, I do think that he's awakened, just because, like, you were just listing all the shit that shouldn't just be involved with a rubber fruit that he does. You know what I'm saying? He sets himself on fire. He speeds up his blood flow. He's fucking bouncing off the air with his fist. You know what I'm saying? He's transforming his body, fucking crunching his body like pistons on a car so he can hit harder. It's just all shit that doesn't make any sense. Like, it shouldn't, like, if you just say this person has rubber powers, this isn't shit that you think applies.
Right.
Yeah, because if you think about it, because remember when we were in Whole Cake Arc, and remember when Brook used the same thing that Big Mom did? It was just his is a little different with his skeleton thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? What if Brook could do the same thing? It's just his will take a little while to do. Like, who knows?
You mean like his clone?
No, like he could also give, like, who people who are like dead, and he can also give like another person's soul to like dead and make them back alive. Because I've seen this before. People have been talking about it, and I've been like, whoa, who knows? That might work. But that'd be insanely overpowered if Brook could do that.
Right.
Bro, if Brook could do that, then Blackbeard would try and steal him, bro.
So Blackbeard already got enough on his case, bro. He already got Whitebeard.
He already
got me, bro. That's
for
it,
him,
bro. He don't need no more, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, if Blackbeard gets another fruit, I'm done, bro. Like he just hop on the verse, nobody beating Blackbeard in one, bro. It's just it.
Well, I
I
think
already feel that way about Blackbeard.
Yeah, because if I'm because because I think Blackbeard already has his. I think he already has like because I think if I remember correctly from Marineford, he said he already got his goal, getting 2 fruits. I think that was about it. I think he just said he wanted 2 fruits, and that's about it.
Yeah, I don't think he needs a 3rd fruit, bro. I really don't think
You
so.
really
Like,
don't need a 3rd
bro,
fruit.
he was already super powerful pre-Yami. Then he got the Yami, got even more strong. And now he has the strongest Paramecia and debatably the strongest Logia, bro. Like,
and he still got the intelligence to back it up and the strategies.
Like, I don't think he needs a 3rd fruit. Like, what does he need a 3rd fruit for?
Well, I don't know. I find Blackbeard's Logia really weird. I don't know why. It's just that I don't really think his how do I say it? Like his Logia is really powerful. It's just that I don't think because I don't know if he's been like if he can actually make himself into like if he can like go into the darkness and then like come out of it. Like I don't know if he can do that.
Now he can't. You know that he can't. He tells us that the moment we see him get the Yami, he tells us he can never go intangible like other Logia, and that's because his fruit is so broken that if he could also go intangible, there would be no way to beat him.
Yeah.
I
don't think you need. I just don't.
No, he's not getting a 3rd fruit, bro.
I don't think.
His 2 fruits are so nasty.
He getting 3rd fruit. He already.
He's already dangerous as is.
And this is one thing I think niggas don't think about. We were just talking about awakenings. You know who I think was never awakened? Whitebeard. Because Whitebeard was actually afraid to use the girl because he is a nice guy. He never wanted to cause as much destruction as the girl is actually capable of. You know who doesn't have that problem? Blackbeard. So I think he's going to take the girl further than Whitebeard ever did.
Oh yeah, because because it could possibly
Yeah.
destroy the world.
I think him having a drawback with the Yami and taking more pain is something that needs to stay in place.
Yeah,
I don't think that he needs to get a fruit to compensate for that. I used to feel like he should, but I feel like that is making him too strong.
Exactly.
Like, if he gets another fruit that's also just a powerful fruit, but also mitigates the weakness that the Yami has in place, there was no point in giving him that weakness in the first place.
Exactly.
They're just like you're completely erasing like something that Oda set in place for a reason. Like what would have been the point of like that narratively, that weakness being there if he's just going to get a fruit to cover it up?
Yeah, where it never comes into play.
So it's like I don't agree with that. I used to, but I just don't agree with that anymore.
And also, I think that people, I love to point this out because I think that people really overrate how much of a problem it actually is for him. Like we saw him a week after he started taking this ridiculously increased pain. There's no way he's still, you know what I'm saying, like dealing with it the same way. Even on Marineford, when he got serious, there was no more rolling around and shit. After he took those hits from Whitebeard, and that was the most pain he could possibly take for real. Like you get hit, you get grabbed on the face and girded in the face by Whitebeard and feel the increased, you know what I'm saying, multiplied pain from that. There's not really too many more things that can hurt you more than that. You know what I'm saying? So if you get up from that and you realize you're fine, you're going to stop freaking out about pain because you're like, actually, niggas can't fuck with me. And that's what he did. He stood up and he was like, actually, I'm the strongest nigga in the world.
It really just his pain tolerance went up so he could handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason though. For me, it's just more of a narrative. Thing. I just don't want his only weakness to just be completely erased, bro. Because it's like, what was the point of it in the first place? It's never came into play really. You know what I mean? Like it has, but it's never put him in a predicament where like he's dead or like he's about to die or like he's always been able to endure it. Yeah. And people have to differentiate endurance and durability. Like they're not the same. He takes more pain, but he's always been able to endure it and get up. So it's like his weaknesses never came into play in the situation where like that could where it matters or could be his downfall yet. And I feel like to get rid of it completely before that's ever a thing is kind of like, why? Why are we doing that?
Especially when he already won an entire war despite it. 2 wars, really. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
well, he was more of that guy that would like when everyone's fighting, he's like, oh hey, you know what? Let's get here in the last minute, and then like.
That's what America did in World War II. And niggas
he's just a third party, Eddie.
He won. If you third party at the end of an Apex or Fortnite game and win, you won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's basically what he did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about who did the most fighting. It's about who won. Blackbeard won. He came up the most.
History is the story told about
stay back here, and then when everyone's done, you know.
And he asked niggas. He said, "Yo, whoever want to run the ones, we can run the ones." The only niggas that stepped up was Sengoku and Garp, and he was about to put them old niggas in the dirt.
Yeah. I think to say Blackbeard can't take Gear 4 attacks is disingenuous when he took a Quake.
Yeah, when he took a Gura, grabbing him in the face.
He took a Gura attack and got up.
From an enraged Whitebeard, grabbing him on the face. Not a punch, holding his face, Gura'd him, and he got right up.
Whitebeard wanted to kill that nigga, bro.
He took a Gura while taking double pain. Like I just
literally crazy multiple.
So I just disagree. I just disagree with the fact that he couldn't.
If you
take
can take that,
Gear
you can take anything, which is what he understood when he stood up. He literally stood up and said, "Actually, I'm the strongest man in the world." That's what he said out his mouth.
It literally doesn't matter if Pesos brings up a point. He said he wasn't using coding. That wouldn't matter in the first place because coding bypasses defenses. The type of coding that Luffy's using is bypassing like what durability is there. That's the whole point of him using it against Kaido. So like it wouldn't even matter anyway. If someone
also the Gura does the same thing. The Gura allows you to quake things internally. It's the same thing.
Yeah, if like if you were using the coding in the first place, it wouldn't even fucking matter what outside durability that Blackbeard has in the first place because it's going to go past that. So
actually, I feel what you're saying, but also the more I look at it, the more I realize that it isn't a straight up negation of durability, right? It's just it just gets through durability more, because if it was a straight up negation of durability, then it would just be whoever gets hit by it first loses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Kaido.
Oh yeah, no. Your durability still matters. I'm just saying that like it's internal damage, and I feel like that wouldn't matter in the first place. Like if you're just like straight smack, like if you're straight attacking somebody like internally over and over and over again with strong attacks, they're gonna go down anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? So I feel like that, like I feel like it don't matter. I feel like if Blackbeard is getting hit that many times by those Gear 4 attacks, he's going to go down anyway. But Blackbeard, that's anyone. You feel me? So like that's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, facts.
That's all I'm saying. Like I feel like if Blackbeard's going to get hit that many times by King Kong coding attacks anyway, like
then anybody's
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like
he's not gonna stand there and just let him fucking.
Yeah, he's not just gonna. Blackbeard is not just gonna sit there and just let this man just beat him up. Like,
he's probably just gonna like. He's probably gonna do like.
If he doesn't have Conqueror's coding himself, he's gonna block it with the Gura, because Gura is the same thing. Like the Gura is literally the same thing.
Really need hockey because
it's like the most perfect offensive fruit out there.
And this is one of the things I keep telling people too. Like people keep saying, "Oh, Conqueror's coding the best thing ever." Da 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 da. Whitebeard was afraid to use the Gura. It's canon. You can go look at it. Him saying it himself. He was afraid of the power of the Gura. Nobody ever been afraid of the power of hockey. It's never happened.
For sure.
Oh yeah, because if Luffy ever tried to attack Blackbeard would use the Gura and that would block his attack.
So so moving in, so we've thought about it. Luffy's awakening a little bit. So moving into the Kaido fight specifically, right? So we're at a point now where like it's coming to a close. Like it's getting to that point. The Big Mom fight's wrapping up. There's no other fights to really be had. There's still like the CP0 stuff. There's still the like Onigashima falling. There's still the like explosive stuff. But like fight wise, there's no like 1v1s, 2v1s, nothing else left except for the Kaido and Luffy. So I feel like that's wrapping up soon. Do y'all think, and we can just yes or no, and then we can talk about it after. Do y'all think that Awakening will come into play in this Kaido fight with Luffy?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
Nah.
Probably not. No, because
I'm gonna say in the final word comes from the final.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards maybe a new gear form, if anything. I don't really. I
personally do not want to see Gear 5 at all. Like,
no,
I just
no,
hope
no, no.
it stays
When
in Gear 4 variation.
I think it's going to be a Gear 4 variation. I honestly, and people say it a billion times, heard it over and over again. The Tiger Man does make sense. The different animals are fire, because there's a theory I seen a long time ago when I first kind of got into One Piece. I don't know who originated the theory, so I'm not going to credit someone because I don't know who it was that I seen it, but it was just like on Reddit somewhere. But the theory I saw was that the animal names that are coming with his gear forms are like correlated to the animals that he trained against on Rusikana with Rayleigh. So like it's a theory that I don't know who originated it, but it's a very popular theory. So I'm just going to say, credit to whoever I don't know. But there's a snake. There's a snake there. There was the King Kong there, the gorilla. There's a elephant there. There was a tiger there. There's some other.
There's a lion.
Something else. But I think that theory is very cool. I like that theory a lot. It makes so much sense, this theory, because it's so like related to like Luffy as a person. Like Luffy would totally fight these animals and then have some gear modes that he used to fight these animals and just name them after these animals. That is a Luffy thing. Like that goes like perfectly into his personality, bro. Like that he would definitely be like, I'm gonna use these big attacks to knock this gorilla out, King Kong.
Right.
Oh, heck yeah.
I think with Luffy, like I think he likes using attacks like of things like he's learned before in a way.
Yeah.
Of where like I feel like it might even go as far as like if he sees people using attack, he's gonna try to use it just like them and name it kind of like theirs. You know what I mean? Like with the whole Ace thing, like Red Hawk,
the Red Hawk. The Red Hawk, the Red Rock, like all of these things that he does are related to his real life. Like he's seeing and doing things in his real life, and then he's just like using that to create attacks and forms and things, and he's like naming them after those things because that's his life. He's like living his life and then correlating it to himself, and I think that's really cool, bro. Like I think the fact that he is
the stamp, axe, all of those mostly.
Yeah, bro.
Like I feel like if one point I hope he kind of like gets a move that he kind of learned from Kaido in a way. You know what I mean? Because like if you think about it, really, Future Sight was something that he learned not only like with Rayleigh, but he was learning while fighting Katakuri. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he heard about it. He heard about it from Rayleigh, and then he saw someone do it, and then he remembered him talking to Rayleigh about it, and then he put two and two together. He was like, I want to do this.
Like
this nigga started
making like a Bagua with a leg. That'd be pretty fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
One thing that I like to point out with Luffy is that, like I said with Big Mom, like if you notice, both of them, like I said, they had their devil fruits for a long time, and I think that's why a lot of Luffy's abilities are super childish when you really look at them. Like it's just like some shit that only a little kid would have made up. You know what I'm saying? And because that's what happened. Like he made these shits up while he was a fucking 10, 11-year-old just fucking around with Ace.
Yep. And now he's just putting them into fruition, man. He's like doing stuff from his real life, which I think is so cool. Like Luffy's like his bag, his kit, like his attacks and things are like things so related to his life, and I think that's so cool, bro. Like they're just goofy things he might have done with Ace, or it could be the animal stuff in Rusikana. It might be stuff that he heard from Rayleigh and has seen Cat do. He's like, oh, Future Sight. I'm like, oh shit. Then he tries to do shit. The Thunder Bagua getting hit by that a bunch of time. It helped him learn, like put two and two together for Conquerors and coding and stuff. Like he's just like constantly going through things, witnessing things, and like he reflects on it, and it's like putting it into his own his self. And I think that's what really makes Luffy scary.
Yeah, that nigga want to be Goku so bad.
That makes Luffy scary, bro. That type of stuff is scary, bro. Like because for somebody to be able to have that potential to like just watch you do something and then like start doing it,
be able to execute.
That's crazy, bro. That's some like that's what Kakashi should have been doing.
that's literally I really that's when like the Dragon Ball influence really shines, because that's what Goku was doing in Dragon Ball. Like that nigga Master Roshi was like, this is the ultimate technique. I spent fucking years making this, and Goku was like, you mean like this? Come at me on, nigga.
Yeah, facts.
Like that's like the whole.
Wait.
Thing, you know,
real quick though. I'm gonna go ahead, y'all. I'm gonna end the video here, man. We talked about Luffy's awakening. We talked about awakening in general. Great video, great conversation. Keep going with the stream, of course. I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Make sure you go in the pinned comment if you want to be part of these live streams or be a part of the Discord when we do stuff like this. My link to my Discord, my link to my Twitter, things like that will be in the pinned comment. Make sure you follow and join those. And as always, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy during these trying times. This has been Synsei Inc., and I will see you all in the next video.